All right. We're hoping, just seriously, keep your fingers crossed that, because if it fails, I'm just going to give up for the night. Take 3. All right. So I was saying, what I was about to go into before, in regards to the first couple of months, first month or two after surgery, the scientific reason behind the fact you feel so mentally shook and anxious and you doubt it so much and you feel so down in those first crucial weeks and like month or two, I think was for me after surgery, is because what's happening is because you're losing weight so fast. Now, what is stored in your weight is a buttload of hormones, like so much, like so many hormones are stored in fat. I know, especially female hormones. So when you're losing all that weight, that fat's being used up in your body for energy. All those hormones are just released into your bloodstream. They're coursing around, and it's like having PMS constantly for like 2 months. You feel like you're batshit, but it's purely the science behind it. Is it's you using up your fat cells. It's the sign that it's working. You just you have to soldier through, and you have to step out of yourself and relate to yourself logically. Like, there's a reason why I feel this bad. It's not just I'm depressed and I regret the surgery. It's like I don't have any second thoughts. And things are really hard. It's literally the science behind it is the surgery is working. You're using up your fat, and the hormones are being released and making you a bit la la. The other reason sometimes, I don't know if anyone else got it. I got a little bit of body dysmorphia in the first month or two, where I'd look at myself in the mirror and not recognize who I saw, because what's happening is you're losing weight so rapidly, your self-image and your brain, what you think you look like and what you see are not correlating. So you get sometimes little, I have it sometimes if I lose a lot of weight in a couple of weeks. It's like no matter what you put on, no matter what you're wearing, you feel uncomfortable. It's like you're wearing a human costume and you're living in it, and you don't recognize what you see. You feel really uncomfortable in your skin. Like literally, you can't feel just relaxed. You can't relax because you feel like a stranger to yourself. And that does go away or lessens when after that period of really rapid weight loss that you have at the beginning. It does die down. You still get a little. I get it sometimes. I still think I look way bigger than I am. But it doesn't, I don't have that feeling of uncomfortableness. It's just that I had at the beginning. It's just that sometimes I don't realize how much weight I've lost, and my brain just has a little moment. But at the beginning, you can get a little, you get a little bit of body dysmorphia, but it goes away. It's just in that first sort of 2 months or so, maybe 3, and the mind stuff does clear up. So many people after surgery, you see them posting and they're like, does this go away? I feel so depressed. I feel so anxious. I regret everything. And it's just, there's science behind it, people. You're not going crazy. You're all good. Yeah. So, all right. So let's go back to I think I was on the last question, and then I'm going to go through the other questions on the other things. We're up to the last question. So a lot of people ask, am I okay? Well, it's a loaded question, ain't it? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm all right. I have my moments, but I've been ill for about 6 years with different things like chronic illnesses. So at this point, I could be given a death sentence and probably take it in my stride. Like, I have my moments where it sucks, where I have days that I'm just like, what, like curse the universe and shake my fist at the cloud and like, why? Seriously, what the hell have I done in a past life to deserve this? But mostly I'm okay. Like, I just do what I got to do. Like, it's life. I only get one, and this is just mine. This is just the hand I'm dealt. So I got to do what I can. It's not much of a life at the moment, to be perfectly honest. You guys are the most social interaction that I get. I literally am housebound. So you guys are my only friends right now. But mostly I'm okay. I'm not brilliant, but I'm okay. So thank you. Thank you all for always asking if I'm okay and checking in. The answer's mostly going to be yes. Yeah, I'm all right. Once again, you do what you got to do. Yeah. All right. All right. Question time. Let's see what people are asking me. Does this happen if you lose weight with diet also? Yeah, but I don't think you can lose weight so rapidly on a diet. Like, I think because you still have the ghrelin, you still got your stomach. There's still going to be those hormones making you hungry, unless you're taking like Duromine or appetite suppressants or stuff like that. So I think you can't lose the amount of weight, surgery weight. So it probably does happen a little. That sort of mental thing or like body dysmorphia probably happens a little bit, maybe with diets, but and exercise like really hardcore, like Biggest Loser style, but probably not as. I think it's going to be mostly a surgery patient. Little secret kind of thing. Yeah. Do I have someone to live with me and help? Yes. I currently I'm not staying at home. I have stairs, and some days like I have a lot of stairs, so I get really weak. Sometimes I can't support myself. Stairs would be dangerous. Also, IV pole stairs. So I've been staying with my partner who doesn't have stairs, and he works from home. Thankfully, so he can monitor me, especially on days where I'm bad on my feet and risk falling. At my place, I live with my brother and my housemate, and they work all day. So if I fell over and hurt myself, I'd be lying at home till 7 o'clock. Lying on the floor, either probably unconscious. Until they got home at 7 o'clock. So it's not safe for me at the moment, unfortunately. I miss home. I miss my bed. I'm like the queen with 10,000 pillows, like my mum on my bed. I love it. And I'm very, very lucky. Very lucky to have people in my life that care enough about me to take care of me in this state where I'm completely dependent. I'm very, very gracious and humbled by it. So, Michael wants to know if the surgery is for him. Mate, I can't answer that. You have to look at your life and look at where you want your life to go and ask yourself, is the surgery going to help you get there? I'm not going to lie and tell you it's easy. Anyone that tells you it's the easier way out deserves a slap. Surgery is hard. It is hard on your body. It is hard on your mind. You have to, and surgery will only take you so far. Surgery is a tool. You use it to rein in things like portion control and the kind of foods you eat, and being made more aware of the nutrients you put in your body and what nourishes you rather than what you crave. And if you use it as a tool, it will, instead of an answer, and if it's going to be useful and help you get to where you want to be, then maybe it is you. But you got to ask yourself those questions. That would be my advice. And you've got to, and another part is if you're eating and drinking and overweight and you use eating and drinking as a crutch or as a band-aid, surgery is not going to fix that. It won't fix that for you at all. You need to address that with qualified mental health professional to help you break a habit. You have to figure out why you're using these things as band-aids and address that, because otherwise you'll keep using them as band-aids. And surgery, you'll stretch out your sleeve, or it'll only work for you and you'll put some weight back on because you'll stretch your sleeve out because you keep going back to those old habits. You have to address why you do things, and together, if you do that plus the surgery, then mate, you're going to be unstoppable. So ask yourself the questions, ask yourself the hard ones, and you have to be honest with yourself. Libby said, I'd love visits. See, I see whenever people like, I'll visit you, I'm like, I'll make a cheese platter. I'm like, I can't eat the cheese platter. That'd be torture. I love visits. I would love to hang out in a cafe or in a lounge room. I've got Mario Kart. I'm really bad at it. Anyone wants to play Mario Kart with me? I'm in. Sammy wants to know how I got a leak. No, I never had a leak. My barium test came in good, even after I threw up like hardcore all day on the third day I was in hospital after surgery. Didn't get a leak. My goal weight. What was my goal weight originally? Like 60 kilos. I thought like you can see me, like I'm a stocky kind of, like I don't look like I'm like, I've got broad shoulders, I've like broad ribs, of like I don't look good when I'm too skinny, even though I'm really short. They're like, you can get down to 45 kilos before you're considered underweight. Mate, I would look so ill at 45 kilos. I would look sickly. I'm starting to look sickly now. You can see all my ribs and hips all jutting out and stuff. So probably like 60 kilos, like that is, comfortable. It's not only comfortable, it's sustainable without being like crazy, like, restricting yourself and crazy, gym every day of the week. just something, healthy and it's just sustainable. Even though, from going by BMI, 60 kilos is still considered overweight for my height, but only by 5 kilos. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So yeah. Jennifer, Jennifer's asking what's happened. I've posted a couple of videos. This is I'm just answering questions at the moment. I had one video where I just go on a big rant about what's been going on and updating people because it's easier than typing a big wall of text. And then I had one yesterday where I showed everyone how I set up my feeds, and I've been doing a couple today where I'm just answering questions that I get commonly asked. So if you go back and watch them, and if you have any questions, just shoot them over and I'll answer them, or you can private message me, either or. All right, hang on. I'm gonna go to the other questions. Let's have a look. I hum a lot. I'm sorry. Sorry, my sleeve's making me sniff again. Oh, come on, man. The internet's still really slow. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, come on. Play ball. It's been troublesome. Hang on. I need more questions. Here we go. What was that? Is this a long-term thing? Any chance you can come off the machine? That was just in my private messages. Any chance I can come off the machine? At this point, no. The machine, I hate saying this, it is keeping me alive. On a good day before the machine, in June, I was eating maybe 300 calories. On a bad day, I was eating nothing, 0 calories. So that is not sustainable. I'll die very quickly. If that, that. And the thing is, when I got sick, like I was fine, and then I started getting sick really quick. I went downhill really quick. With my health, I think I just reached critical point, and I was just lost weight too quickly. This is the weight I am now should have been lost over a year, like to be healthy, to not put the strain on your organs, to be sustainable, to like what it's done to my body is just ridiculous. I'm pretty lucky. I haven't got I had another question as well about loose skin. Someone was asking me about if I had much loose skin. I'm really lucky. My arms have kind of just, you can't really see. I have kind of that's tight, but my arms kind of just shrank back in. It's a little bit soft on there, but there's no drooping skin. I have a little bit on my inner thighs, and a little. Oh, ladies, my God, how much do you miss your old boobs? Seriously. I kind of have because of all the hormones I was taking for the PCOS and for the endocrine problems. All my weight was kind of boobs and lower belly. So I've got stretch marks and saggy skin on my lower belly. It looks like I've had a baby. I haven't had a baby. If it's not is it too much if I show you? You can see probably a little bit of that. You can't really see in this light. It's all wrinkly. In my sassy moments, I call it my testicle belly. It looks like testicles. Sorry if that's too much information for everyone. I don't really have. I have a little bit of loose skin, but nothing worth surgery. Nothing that if I get out of this, going to the gym won't tighten up. It's just the fact that my muscles are wasting away. Especially my legs. My legs are. I used to have very muscly legs, but my legs are getting eaten up by this. I'm trying to, when I am active, I'm trying to just walk around the house and trying to get my heart going. It's hard with the pole, but muscle wastage is the thing. Whenever I go into hospital, they get me to do a test where I push on someone's hand with my feet and grip things, and I can. I'm very weak on a bad day where I'm really dehydrated and my blood pressure is really low. I can't take the lid off my drink bottle. My throat's a bit. This is my lifeline. This is my lifeblood. If anyone loves me, just send me cartons of this. Just the orange juice one. It doesn't taste like Powerade. Powerade reminds me of too many bad decisions I made and hangovers. So sometimes like drinking it in the amounts that I have to drink it, it's terrible. Someone asked me about Hydrolite. Hydrolite tastes like Powerade. It tastes terrible. Imagine having to drink that like for months and months and months on end. Like, I'd rather eat chalk. So this is my favorite discovery. There's also a lemon one that tastes like flat solo. Love it. Like 5% lemon juice or something. This is like 20% orange juice. It just tastes like orange, like a bit like watered down orange juice. So I don't like it. It's easier to get in. And oh my God, bariatric friends, how much do you miss being able to chug water when you're thirsty? My gosh, I do miss a good water chugging. I hate these little sips. It's the hardest thing to break is these freaking little sips. Yeah. Especially when you're dehydrated as I am, they're just like, just drink water. I'm like, can we get in little sips? And then I have to have a nap. And then I'm just like 10 little sips behind and I'm dehydrated again. It's like forever playing catch up. It's like tag. All right, I think my internet's, there we go. All right. All right, let's have a look, see if there's any. No, that's not it. I'm just seeing the questions that I had up. Sorry, guys. No, that's not it. Oh my gosh, how many videos have I posted today? Sorry for the overspam of videos. Jeez. All right, here we go. This is the videos I was posting before, so I'm reading your comments. All right. Okay. Oh God, internet. I'm so sorry. I apologize. In this day and age, why doesn't everyone have NBN? Why am I on ADSL2? Oh, here we go. There's tons of questions. Sorry to catch me up. Wide ribs, wide hips, short. Yeah. Yeah, Cindy. Yeah, I'm half Greek, half Ukrainian, and my family in the Ukraine, like, I always make jokes like I've got a potato farming body, like stocky girl. Just give me a backhoe and a pair of gumboots, and I'll be out there like drinking vodka and hoeing potatoes in the Ukraine. Sarah said, I just joined. What happened? I'm going to direct you to all the ridiculous live feeds that I've posted. I've been posting on the forum since before surgery, but I've only just started doing the videos because I think videos are easier than me typing a big wall of text, and I can sort of, if I do a live one, I can answer questions as they come in. Yeah, so have a look at my videos in regards to, yeah, so basically what's happened is I had post-surgery complications, very rare ones. I'm going to underline that. And I've ended up malnourished and starving and with a feeding tube. So, and now I just vent to strangers on the internet because I'm lonely and scared. When did Tracy wants to know when did they say I needed the feeding tube post-op and how many weeks? So I've had the feeding tube for about 6 weeks. So this is like beginning of July. I was to the point where I was in hospital and they put the tube in. Yeah, so that was about 5 months, 4.5, 5 months post-op. Am I on the Aussie feeding tube? No, I didn't know. Is there a feeding tube group? We can like swap tips. I've been told that I do this the wrong way. It's meant to be the other way, but I find this tape goes better if you stick on it. There's like a cool way to tape your freaking NG tube up. I need the tube, Lauren. Don't know, indefinitely, until I can feed myself, until I'm able to get enough food in my damn mouth, and not need assistance. If I can build up my feeds and have time for Sheen, bolus feeds. Oh, I hate the flush is kind of like a bolus feed. I think, is that where they do it through the syringe? I think. I don't know. I should learn the terminology of my damn condition. Hey, I think it's a bolus feed when you get the big syringe that I use for the flushes, and I think you put formula in it. And I don't know. I don't know if I don't know any ifs or buts about what if at the moment. I'm trying to just do day to day. There's so many what ifs that they floor me. So I don't know what happens. What if I get my feeds up? I don't know what happens if I can have time off the machine. I'm just going to wait till that day comes and then deal with it as it comes. It's kind of, that's seriously my life at the moment. I can't really plan ahead. It's sort of, I can't make plans. I can't say come over and hang with me because I don't know if I'm going to be asleep because I sleep a lot. Yeah. Yeah. water down. Yeah, the water down my throat. So I've been using I've got I found what's it called? Diplam antiseptic throat lozenges are okay, and there's Sevocaine, which is in the chemist warehouse, and it's used for mouth and throat surgery. It like numbs it. Make sure you don't get it on your lips or your tongue because that'll go numb too. And that helps a little bit when it's really sore, when it's been sitting wrong or it's been irritated. My throat gets irritated and I can't get water or food down like at all. I'll use the Sevocaine mouthwash, gargle that to make it easier. Just because I get such little fluids in. I get kidney infections and like UTIs all the time just because I'm not getting enough liquids in. My bladder and my kidneys aren't getting flushed out properly. Because I'm always dehydrated. So, yeah. Let's have a look at that. At these damn questions. Oh, come on, man. Maybe if I go to the gastric sleeve page, I'll find it. Just navigating my computer, you guys can watch my complete inability to do anything technical. Oh, here we go. I found it. Here we go. Tamsin. All right. There we go. 47 comments. Oh, my God. There's so many questions. Cindy. There were more questions from Cindy. Cindy, I didn't even see this. Your daughter has 3 tubes. Jesus, your daughter is a freaking tuber. I can't deal with, I had 2 in hospital, and that was bad enough. Hats off to your daughter. If your daughter ever wants a tube friend, high fives. Maddie wanted to know, she's a nurse, and does my NG get changed at all? NGs only last for like 4 to 6 weeks, so 5 weeks is probably optimal. Mine got changed early. My mum's due to get changed this week, but it got blocked last Friday, and so I got it changed early. So yeah, so it does get changed. I just go in. It gets changed at the clinic by the nurses. Yeah, it because it doesn't like I've got the long term one in, so it does have the 4 to 6 week usability. But yeah, so yeah, it does get changed, nice and fresh. And mentally. Kim wanted to know, she's 5 weeks post-op, dehydration, headaches, dizziness, or a battle. What are the warning signs? Definitely dizziness, especially from going. Warning signs that you're not getting enough water in and stuff. You might need to go speak to your surgeon and your dietitian and get some, maybe look at alternative nutrition like shakes and different types of vitamins, or get your bloods tested. Warning signs, I was getting dizzy. I was forgetting things. My brain, I could not remember things. When on the day I got brought into hospital, I was carried in. I could barely walk. I'd walk a couple of steps and just fall down. And I was a bit giggly. I was a bit I was like high, and very simple. I'd forget what you were saying when you were talking to me. I didn't know my own phone number. I didn't know the day of the week, what day it was. I knew what year it was. I knew what the month it was. And the other week, I was having a bad couple of days, and it's one of the scariest things that happened. And I was sitting on the couch next to my partner, and I forgot his name, and I started crying because I was there for a good 3 minutes, not knowing his name. I was sitting next to him. I knew he was my partner. I knew everything else about him except his name. And the other day, I called him Stephen. His name's not Stephen. So your brain starts to go on you. You just memory. You get giddy and silly. You're not able to make decisions for yourself. Yeah, you're not good on your feet. You're tired. You're tired when I'm talking, not even post-op tired. Like when at the beginning of the journey, I'm talking I can't. You won't wake me up. I can't wake up. I physically am a dead weight. I cannot move. Tired, and I'll sleep 20 hours, 16, 18 hours of the day, and not move, and deep sleep, not even dream. That kind of sleep. So if you're doing any of those things, off to the surgeon. How do I pick Katie wants to know, how do I pick my nose with the tube up there? I can't actually. Look, I can't actually get my finger in my nose. So like I have to blow my nose a lot. My nose is drippy a lot. Like it's constantly like I'm sniffling all the time. It's constantly running because it irritates your sinuses. Like, and sometimes I have good days where it's not as drippy, but yeah. I blow my nose now. I can't. I can literally. Sometimes I stuck. If it's really itchy, I stick a tissue up there. Gross. Too much information, but there you have it. That's how you do it. Where did I have my surgery? I was on the I did have my surgery on the public list. So done through public health at Austin Hospital, at the Heidelberg Repatriation Hospital in is it Heidelberg? Yeah, in Heidelberg, in February this year, and that was amazing. The team was lovely. The nurses top notch. That was so good. I had really good care, and I had no like problems, post-op with my care and stuff. I was really well looked after, and really attentive. I know other people on this forum have been sleeved at the Austin or the Repat, and they've said the same thing. It's really good care, and they've got no problems. So once again, man, born under a unlucky star. Do I regret the surgery? No. Yes and no. It's literally two ways. I do and don't. I'm sad that this is how I did not envisage that this is how my year was going to turn out. I thought I'd have the surgery and just work at it and be like my best version of myself by like December. Be like one of those motivational posters, like, you can do it too. Best version of me, living my best life. Instead of like, yay, nasal tube. Thanks. But I'm glad that the weight was always secondary. I always just wanted to get off all these. I took so much medication, hormone meds, and I was really getting concerned about. I'd been on them for so many years, and the ridiculous amounts, and what it had done. It ravaged my body. Like, yes, it helped it, but the side effects of taking medication like that for so long in that strength. I had put on so much weight. When I got in 2014, I got what is called prolactinoma, pituitary adenoma, and I put on 30 kilos in 3 months. I am red with stretch marks. And I was like a normal weight, so I was like 60, 70, like a little bit chubby, but not like she fat. And I'd never been able to get below like 80, 85. Like after that, even after the prolactinoma had cleared up, I'd never worked my ass off. But just because I was taking so many hormones, just for the PCOS, for managing the prolactinoma, and I'm off that. I'm on minimal dose of hormones now just to manage the PCOS. I've still got it, but my symptoms aren't as bad. My hormonal food cravings aren't as bad. My mood swings aren't as bad. So I achieved exactly what I wanted to with the side effect of losing weight, but I gained life-threatening malnutrition and starvation and lots of hospital bits. I don't regret it, and I'm an advocate of it because I know what's happened to me is such a rare situation. But yeah, I don't think I regret it. I did in the first month, but I think that's mainly just your brain doing its thing post-surgery. All right, let's have a look. What's the next question? Do I have to do this for the rest of my life? I freaking hope not. All right, let's have a look at. Is there any more questions? I don't know. Let's have a look at the other page. Let's look at me navigating the internet like a pro. I've had to take time off work. Crystal, I have not, because I've been chronically ill for so long. I haven't had a constant full-time job, like one where you're at and you have it for years, instead of doing short-term contracts because your body gives out and you're not capable of having a full-time job. I've had casual, part-time, and contract work sporadically for 6 years now. I have not worked this year. Last job I had, probably one of the best jobs I had. I was the desk admin, business support, office admin for a tattoo parlor. Best job. I got to talk about tattoos all day and also be an organizational crazy OCD nerd. As you can, I've got lots of you can't see, lots of tattoos, and this one's a bit more covered. Lots of tattoos, lots of tattoos. Yeah, like all up. My legs are all done too, and yeah, my feet and my hands. Obviously, you can see those. So that was the last job I had, and that was full time in December, but it was only like for a short period. So I literally I'm trying to get on disability, but the problem with getting on DSP is they want your condition to be stable, like diagnosed, stable, and with a plan, like with a long-term plan. They don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not stable, but why? I need help. I need financial assistance, but why is the government making it so hard? I clearly I'm eligible for a bunch of Centrelink payments in regards to power energy supplements for running my machine and mobility payments in regards to, because I need help getting around. I can't take public transport on my own. I need literally I have to Uber anywhere, and even then I usually need someone with me in case I have a dizzy spell, because I just go. Yeah, so I don't work. I want to work. I feel useless. When you have your independence financially, socially, just every day taken away from you, all you want is to have it back. I'm so humbled by everyone helping me, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to do this on my own. I want to take a 20 out and pay for the groceries instead of having people pay for it for me. I want to, yeah, I want to pay my own damn rent instead of asking my mum to do it. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a look. How far post up when I realize something wasn't right? Recovery period. Yeah. What's my main goal for the next year? Hi, Kaya. Either way, your name's lovely. My goal for the next year, to see it. That sounds really stupid and emotional, but mate, I don't know if I'm gonna be alive next week most of the days. It sounds such a drama queen, but it's the reality of the situation. Things aren't good. My bits are breaking. I don't know how weak everything is. It just keeps getting weaker. So my goal is making it to next year. Making it to next year and having the power, be in a position where I can cobble together a life. I don't know what kind of condition my body is going to be in if and when I get through this. I don't know if I'm going to need assisted feeding for the rest of my life. I don't know if they're going to be able to give me surgery and I'll be able to, with the, just dietary adjustments, be able to actually soldier on and be, just like I had a sleeve basically, and no complications. And so yeah, so get to next year and be at the point where I can cobble together an existence, make things work. Maybe I'll never be able to work full-time again. Maybe I'll have to be really think outside the square. How to make an existence where I can work from home, maybe work part-time, maybe do learn how to do accounting and do people's books for them. I don't know. Maybe I've got to start thinking outside the square. Maybe I've realized that I probably not going to be able to have the life that I wanted for myself or thought I could have or had in the past. But I can't hang on to that because I have to think ahead and realize that life can be good even if it's not what you expected or not what you planned or not what you had before. So I'm not going to say life will be bad, always be bad. It's going to be different, but it doesn't mean it can't be good. I'm just going to have to think outside the square and make it work for me. And that's where I want to be in a year's time, next year, or in next year or in a year's time, in the position where I can do that, and have a shower on my own and shave my legs without someone watching. That'd be pretty good too. So yeah, that's a nice question. Let's have a look and see if I can find that other list of questions from that other thing I was doing before it bloody well cut out again. Let's have a look. let's have a look. Come on, man. Sorry, guys. I'm looking. Here we go. Let's see. Let's have a look. Sorry. Very boring listening to me sing to myself. A lot of people just saying hello. Hi! Send me messages. I just got a private message. Hang on. And thank you guys for sending me private messages. I do enjoy. Is it definitely gastroparesis? The term gastroparesis, sorry about that little delay there. So the term gastroparesis was first brought up, I'd never heard of it before, during my barium swallow and my swallow study. That was done in April or May. So basically, if you don't know what that is, the barium swallow, most of you have already done, where they give you the post-op, where they give you that shot of what tastes like black sambuca. Oh, gosh. Seriously. Anyway, tastes like black sambuca, and you got to hold it in your mouth, and then swallow it in front of an X-ray so they can check for leaks. So they did that at the swallow study, but they also did it, spread barium, mixed it with strawberry jam, and put it on bread for me to eat. Now, during the swallow study, like I explained there was 3 nurses and a doctor, like a radiographer, nurses, radiographer, and a doctor there explaining to me what was going on. I explained to them, like, look, I can't drink much and I can't eat and drink at the same time. It makes me throw up, and I struggle getting food in. It might make me throw up. I did warn them several times that I might throw up. And they're like, oh, no, cool. That's all good. So I did 3 shots of that freaking awful black sambuca. Seriously, it just reminds me of bad life choices. I think I got so drunk on something licorice flavored in high school that I can't even smell any licorice flavored alcohol now without just remembering the awful hangover that I had. So having that in my mouth and having to hold it, that was bad enough. So they're taking all these scans and they give me the bread and make me swallow that. And then they give me more of the shots. They're just like, they're really, getting into it and studying how I'm swallowing, watching all my muscles, watching my esophagus, trying to see how the sphincters of my stomach are working. Like they're really going for it, and hats off to them. Like after like the 3rd bit of bread and like the 4th shot, I just throw up all over the floor. I can't even stop it. Like there's not even like a period where I'm like, I can ask for a bin. Just throw up on the floor and on myself in front of like a room full of people. I'm just profusely apologizing. Like, I'm so sorry. It reminds me of the time I got drunk. I can't even have black sambuca anymore. But that's the barium swallow study. So so that was that in April. So that's the first time that, sorry, see, I forget what I'm talking about all the time. That's what the radiographer and the doctor were talking, and they mentioned possible gastroparesis to me. And I did what everyone does. They leave the doctor and they get out their phone and they freaking Google it. So I have basically all the symptoms of gastroparesis, but they're hesitant to diagnose me officially with gastroparesis. My food is delayed going out, like it's not as fast, so it's almost like it hits a roadblock and just like sluggishly goes through. It does digest. Like when I do eat, I'm in pain for about 45 minutes to an hour depending on what I've eaten. So like it does go through. It just takes longer than it should and makes me sick in the meantime, so I can only get in a couple of mouthfuls before I'm sick. It's usually the golden number is about 3 mouthfuls before I feel the pain starts, and it just sits there. So that's I also have all the symptoms of someone that has an actual physical blockage. So that's why I had so many gastroscopies. I've had like 3 or 4 because they really wanted to make sure I didn't have a blockage, because these are the symptoms of someone with a blockage as well. So it could have been, there's all these things it could be. So like a torsion, scar tissue forming after surgery, a hernia that they've missed, damage done, like my pyloric and esophageal sphincter. I don't know, the valves at the top and bottom of the stomach. They've checked all these. They've yes, because they have the doctors are pretty stumped. So one of the doctors is like, maybe it's psychosomatic. Maybe you've got like an eating disorder. And I was like, mate, I never had a problem with food. I've never had a problem with food. I've never been one of those people that has an issue eating with food. I'm one girl, mate. I will eat anything you put in front of me. Like, no problem with food. I talk about food. I dream about food. I make people food. When people are sick and sad, I bring them casserole. I bring them moussaka. Like, the fact that, like, even suggesting it's psychosomatic is ridiculous. I'm starting to develop an aversion to food, like avoiding eating. But that's now after months of food making me sick and in pain. Like, not like this only happened recently. So yeah, so that's the first time gastroparesis was brought up, and they're hesitant to diagnose me. Also because another reason is because they're like, well, you're so malnourished and everything's weak. It would make anything that's wrong with you worse. So we don't actually know the severity of anything's wrong with you until you're stable, and then we can suss out how bad things actually are, because anything wrong with you right now is just magnified 10 times because you're so sick. Thank you, Kat. I really hope I'm here for another live video too. I would love how I got through this, and basically how I'm getting through this right now is you guys. Like, thank you for putting up with my constant bombarding on this forum. Like, one, you guys are my only sort of outlet to the outside world, and two, you guys are support from people that have an inkling what I'm going through, have been through major surgery and how hard it is, and that restricted period of eating that you've got to do. So you guys are more empathetic and able to understand where I'm coming from than my friends who just see me and cry and I have to give them hugs. You guys are really saving my ass. I was in a really big hole this week, and since I started making these videos and people were just talking to me and asking questions, and I could think about making them and not be ashamed of having a feeding tube. Every time I go out in public, it's like I am so ashamed of my damn face. I hide and I cry when I'm in the car. Like, I hate it. I don't like going out. People stare. Yeah, you guys are actually saving my ass right now. I cannot, if I could buy all of you like hugs and chocolates in like bariatric portions. You guys are literally how I'm getting through this. And I'm not even, that sounds like a sappy like generic comment. I'm literally not even kidding. You guys are saving my ass right now, and I will forever be grateful to each and every one of you wonderful humans for giving a shit about my stupid life. In a time where I feel like no one does, or my life is not worth much, because your life doesn't feel like it's worth much when it can be so easily taken away from you. So thank you for placing value on me and helping me through. You guys have no idea how every freaking little word and stupid, minute of your time that you give to me means to me. It really is the difference between me having a bad day and crying in bed, and trying to rip the tube out of my nose in a rage, to me getting up going, I can talk to people on the internet today and make a silly video, about my freaking tube. And it really, really helps. That is going to be how I get through this. I've been dealing with this for months, and this has only just occurred to me in the last couple of days that I could be talking to you guys like this. I don't know why it took me so long. Probably because I didn't want to admit that I was that bad, or that thing where you try and put on a brave face and pretend you're doing better than you are. I can actually don't feel bad admitting to you guys that things are really shit. And I feel bad admitting that to family and stuff like that. So. What am I sharing? What am I sharing right now? Right now, Karen, I'm just answering questions. This is just like Q&A. Anything you want, like what happened, like someone's asked me what happens when I sneeze, how do I pick my nose? Any questions you have about tubes or surgery or how I got like this, or ask me about anything else I do. Ask me about my previous life. It seems like forever ago. How you can ask me how else, I can tell you all about my awesome partner and how he has to like carry me like a princess, and how it's kind of like I try to maintain like my strong female roots, but whenever I get carried around, like I feel like princessy swoon. Nothing like being carried around by a big strong man to make a girl feel like a princess. How old am I? Oh, Karen. Karen, guess how old I am. Let's play that game. Karen has been watching the whole time. Karen, guess how old I am. I like playing this game. Oh, we were just waiting on Karen. Maybe she's gone. All right. I look a lot younger. Older. I look a lot younger than I am. I'm 30. I'm 30. What's that? Karen guess? She's going on. I'm 31. I'm 32 in February. Yeah. Most common age I get called is about 22. And I'm okay with that. If I can like hang on to a semblance of youth for a couple more years, I'd be okay with that. Partner, a picture of my partner. Oh, you know what? I'll one up you. Let's. I'll show you my partner. All right, let's. Oh gosh, I'm on my knees. All right. Oh, hang on. See, you guys nearly just watched me clothesline myself on my IV tube. I'm actually still connected to it, even though it went off a couple of minutes ago. So I'm just gonna. You guys can watch me disconnect my IV tube. Hang on. See, it's all done. Yay! Ta-da. All right. I can't believe I nearly closed my front line myself in front of a bunch of people. That would have been really embarrassing. Tiptoe through the house. Yeah, he was asleep. He usually has glasses on. He's was working all day today, so he's having a couch nap, a Sunday couch nap. Yeah, he's wonderful. His name is Devon. Yeah, you know when you're trying to be quiet and like you end up just making a shitload of noise. Yeah, that was the thing that just happened there. Yeah, but I met. See, I'll just tell you a story for all you. Sorry guys. In this video thread, I'm gonna do the girl thing and tell you about him because you'll appreciate him 10 times more once I tell you. I met him 3.5, 4 weeks after surgery. I met him literally, I think, last day of March. So I was in puree phase. So I didn't even know anything was wrong. I was about 70 kilos. So I wasn't like I was just like a little girl, maybe a little bit round, but like just normal size. And he knew that I had surgery, and that I was in post-op phase. And we started hanging out. We didn't, we weren't together straight away. We were trying to sort of. When I met him, I knew I was like, this sucks because I didn't want a relationship. My ex and I broke up in December. I'm not completely over that. That was very devastating. And I just had surgery, so I didn't want to, I was kind of like, I wanted me time. I wanted to look after myself. And this guy walked into my life and I was like, shit. When someone walks into your life, you're like, you're going to be trouble, aren't you? Yeah. I'm gonna like you, aren't I? So yeah, we sort of hung out and we were both were really pissed off that we met each other and actually liked each other. We're like, I had plans, man. You just freaking strolled in and just shit on all of those. Yeah, we've been together. We started going out like officially probably like May. Yeah, in May. We met sort of just sort of dating, like hanging out, like just until then. By then, known that I was starting to have problems and having to go to the doctor and get scans done and stuff like that. And he was lovely, and he would take me to my appointments and drop me off to the hospital, and I'd be okay with that. And I started getting really sick, and was going downhill really quickly. Seriously, he's never known me healthy. We've never actually had a meal together. He's never seen me eat a meal, like not even a bariatric size meal. And because I've been getting sicker and sicker, we can't do normal couple things. We can't go just to the pub and do a trivia night. We can't really, actually, we literally can't do much. And we've gone so fast from people that have just started dating to him being my full-time carer and having to help me shower, and me staying at his house for a couple of months because I need full-time care. Like, he's seriously just jumped into a full-time care role, not even flinching, like no hesitation, like just started going out with me. He maintains like just positivity and just a quiet sort of resolve, even though he literally is watching me starve. He's watching me shrink away. He's watched me get sicker and sicker and sicker. He was the one that carried me into hospital when I was admitted because I had fallen down and was giddy and making no sense and gibbering nonsense. He barely, he knows so much about me, but like at the same time, he's only known me since basically April, and he takes care of everything for me. He financially and physically, and he puts up with being bombarded by me at 2 a.m. With questions and just me wanting to talk because I'm lonely. He puts up with me getting in he's like a very quiet guy. I'm like the opposite. I'm very, if you haven't noticed. He's very quiet and introverted, and puts up with me crying and having a rage and being like having the pressure of being sort of my only social outlet, and having to be around all the time, the pressure that puts on him. And he's just does it and does not complain, does not take it out, refuses to take it out, and just tells me that me being like, seeing me go through this makes him love me more. I'm gonna cry. He doesn't make me feel ugly. He kisses me even though I wear a tube. He refuses to stop kissing me. And even though when I first had it, he'd try to kiss me and I'd hide my face, and he'd pull my hand away and kiss me anyways, because he knew I felt really ugly. I was really self-conscious about it. When people stare at me too much in public, he gets a bit cranky. And sometimes I have to stop him saying something because he feels people are being rude to me and disrespectful. He's 25 years old. I do not know a single other person that age with his level of maturity, his level of dedication, capable of this kind of emotional baggage that comes with all this. Like, he knows I've had to be resuscitated. He's quite aware that something could have gone the other way, then they couldn't have brought me back and stopped me drowning in my own stomach fluid during that surgery. He knows he could have come to the hospital and I would have been in the morgue. He knows that, and he has not left my side. I'm completely in awe of him every day. Yeah. If he ever sees this video, he's gonna roll his eyes at me and tell me I'm a romantic dickhead. He's a good guy. He's like seriously just one of those guys that give you the clothes off his back. He's so thoughtful, but at the same time, like, he balances out. So he's not like one of those pushover people like that just agrees with everything you say, that is just Mr. Nice Guy. He's like, he'll argue with me. If I'm fighting putting my tube on, or not looking after myself properly, if I haven't had enough water, he's going to tell me. If he doesn't agree with me, he's going to tell me so, but in a way that's not an argument. We're just having a discussion, and he's looking out for my best interests. Sometimes I need to be reminded. Like he's like the perfect balance. Like this is bullshit. Why did this guy have to come into my life right now? Like, Jesus, like talk about timing. He doesn't. Oh, Karen wants to know if you get. Well, he's going to go for carers once I get DSP. Just for a bit more money. Like he works full time from home, but it's still. I don't want him to have to financially support me, man. It's so freaking. It's hard dealing with that. I wanted in a relationship. It's hard when you're not equal. And it's hard admitting being the one that's the less equal one. Even though he doesn't make any deal of it, he's not a big deal at all. I still feel it. And do I get it? I can get a sticker for parking because I do need assistance. So that'll be useful for him. We can get fish and chips quicker when we go get fish and chips. I don't even need fish and chips. Why am I talking about fish and chips? Yeah. What do my parents think about it? Look, I've been sick for a very long time, and when I called up my parents to tell them I was having post-op complications, they're like, "Oh, you're sick again." Like, yeah, cool. Tash is always sick. Like, no one. They've known I've been struggling with this for a while, and they've known I've been to hospital. I'll split this up. My mum knew I'd been to hospital and was getting tests done, but until I saw my mum for the first time since my surgery, about 2.5 weeks ago, and the look, and my sister as well, and the look on their faces when they'd seen how gaunt and thin I am compared to what I was, and with the tube in my face, and just how tired I looked. It's the first time I'd seen my family scared. They were scared. They were worried. And in a way they haven't been, because they've been so desensitized to me being ill that they think, oh, this is just another time. No, and this time this is a bad one. This is gonna be a thing. So my parents, it's really hard. Like my mum is not she loves me, but I'm the exception in my family. My family are very quiet and closed off and don't really communicate and don't really share. They're not really big emotional, sharey people. They're not the hugging type. I'm all those things. So I'm a bit intense for my family. So my mum cares. My mum calls me once a week, once a fortnight, just to check in. And with my mum, the conversations go for about 10 minutes, and it's just factual to the point and to check in and make sure I'm okay. My dad, on the other hand, is more like me. Completely over emotive, fucked hard like that. Daydreamer, very intense and conversational and vocal and talky. But also my dad, I didn't tell my dad that I had any complications for a while. Not until I went to hospital. He knew about the surgery. But the reason I didn't tell my dad is because a couple of years ago, my dad had stage 4 cancer, and he's had serious, he's in remission, but he's had serious complications from the radiation and the chemo. It has destroyed him, and he's dealing with those repercussions now. And I didn't want him to worry. He has to look after himself. I had to tell him after I went to hospital, and my dad calls me once a week now, and we talk for about an hour. We talk about being sick and anecdotes about being chronically ill and spending a lot of time in hospital and how it makes you feel, and those weird feelings you get that you think no one else is going to understand because they're not in your situation. What we call sick brain, which is how you get when you're really sick. Sometimes you get very almost because that's all you live and breathe. That's all you talk about. So people think you only talk about yourself when really there's just nothing else happening in your day or your life. Literally, your life revolves around being sick. Called sick brain, and also the phenomena with when you're really unwell. People at the beginning are really intense and really care and thoughts and prayers and love to you. But like for example, when you start getting better, like with my brain tumor or like my dad being in remission from cancer, that's there's not a lot of people don't really care about that bit. And unfortunately, another phenomena of being sick all the time and then having a good period is that in the good period is when your mental health suffers, because while you are sick, you're so busy being sick that you don't even think about what the implications of what is happening on a grander scale. And when everything slows down and you're healing and you're getting better, that's when the gravity of the situation hits you, and you can take a real dive mentally. While he's been in remission, my dad, he started taking mirtazapine and seeing a therapist, because he was so busy when he had cancer, fighting the cancer, that he just didn't even think about it. And post-cancer and the remission is the time where all the mental baggage of everything that's happened is just hit him like a ton of bricks. Yeah, just things like that. Just things that only other people that are sick or have had surgery or have been chronically ill that get. And I really appreciate my support from my dad. So yeah, so my parents are human. They do the best they can with what they got. And they've fortunately had a daughter that's been sick for a very long time. So yeah, it's not easy. It can't be easy as a parent to watch your kid be so sick. Yeah. Let's have a look at other questions. Tell my boyfriend to blow you. I'll take a video of Deb blowing you guys a kiss, and you guys can yum all over that. He blows nice kisses. He's like, oh god, I'll post a picture of him. Anyone wants a picture of him? I've got a really nice one with him with his glasses on. He's got like wavy dark hair, and like it's longer at the front, so it falls in front of his eye, and like this, it's straight, and then it gets a curl at the end. Makes me like swoon every time. Who was that? That was Karen. I don't need DSP for him to get carrots. Oh, Karen, I didn't know that. Oh, actually, I could maybe look into that this week, because that would seriously take some baggage off. Yeah, seriously, when I say I haven't worked this week, yeah, I literally haven't worked. Like, I miss it. I miss routine. Like, you don't. Everyone's like, oh, it must be so nice to have time off. When you've had time off for 6 years, you feel like a useless piece of shit. You feel like you take away from society. Like, I feel like such a burden on everything and everyone. I'm a drain on everything. I can't wait for the day where I can actually be like, I've got to go to work today. I'm going to be like skipping to work. Everyone's going to be on the tram miserable, like, oh, going to work at 7:30 in the morning. I'm just going to be chipper as fuck, getting in everyone's faces with my grin and happiness that I'm actually having a life. Yeah. Kaya, oh my god, I'm gonna have to tell you to pronounce your name. Have I been in touch with anyone else that's got the same thing? Look, I'm part of a gastroparesis support group. Even though I haven't been diagnosed, they've got all the same symptoms, and a lot of them are on feeding tubes. So it's been really helpful. And I've just been informed tonight, actually, that there's a feeding tube group, and I'm just like, oh, you're feeding tube buddies. Yeah. And they'll have all different types, because I've got nasal gastric. And if you want, I've been researching stuff like that. So nasal gastric goes from, okay, I'm going to get back here. Maybe stand up. So nasal gastric goes, I'll crash down, from like here through there, and then sits in my stomach. There's nasal jejunal, which goes through your nose and through your stomach to the bowel, like is a longer tube. And then there's the ones that have the port, like the jejunal one, which I can't know. There's the gastrostomy, which is the port that goes directly to your stomach. Sits like up there, like a PICC line, or any other port that goes on your skin. And there's one more, something types of. It all comes under the banner of enteral feeding, and there's also perinatal, which is the same thing. You get fed, but it's intravenous, like it goes into your vein, like. Yeah, so it's like intravenous feeding, like when things get really bad and you can't use your whole digestive system, like your stomach and your guts are kaput. They feed you through an IV directly to your vein. There is tubes. Let's have a look. So there's the come on, that's the types of tubes. Here we go. Abdominal tubes, nasogastric, nasojejunal, which goes into duodenum, gastrostomy, gastrojejunal. There we go, and jejunal. And yeah, there's about like 5 or 6 different types of them, and it just depends where they go in your body. And mine just goes into my stomach. But yeah, and on this forum, there's like everyone's got every different types of tube, and they're given like tips on how to get rid of blockages. They always recommend to put Coca-Cola down there. I didn't do it when I had my blockage, but because I was told not to, because the sugars in there can build up. But they did tell me to put like citrovescent, like Ural, like when you get like a UTI, in there, because that's safe. and like to inject, because fizziness helps unblock the tube sometimes, apparently, supposedly. So I'm not really into, I'm in touch. There's a couple of people even on this forum that have they're having Kia. Thank you, Kia. Okay. Yeah, that have I think there's like one or two people on this forum that have tubes. There's one lady that is not diagnosed but has the same symptoms as me, but she doesn't have a tube yet. There's another lady I've taken note of who surgery went wrong. They cut too much of her stomach out, and so therefore her stomach, I think, they done fucked it, and she has to be on a tube as well. So there's a couple of people on this forum. I don't really speak to many people on the gastroparesis forum. It's mainly like a lot of mothers and stuff like that. But I go on there. I go on this one more because yeah, it's, I don't know. You guys are nicer. No, they're really lovely too. I've just been on this forum longer, so I think it's more of a just I know more. There's more familiar names and faces kind of thing. So yeah. Karen says he can claim online, but there's medical forms. If he can claim online, does he have to go on his, Karen, does he have to use his like Centrelink information, or does I have to go through mine? And also I've got, like, I can get medical forms. That's easy peasy. That's actually, it's not. Anything with me having to leave the house right now is not easy peasy, but it's doable. So, 8 weeks prem. Oh man, my doctor has a theory. So I've been like, I can give you a list. I hate going to hospital and they ask me my medications and my medical history because it's fucking pages. I have everything like wrong with me. Nothing's going to kill me, but everything to make my quality of life like a little bit less. And my doctor has a theory because I was 2 and a bit months prem in the 80s, and the technology that they have then versus now for maintaining and looking after really, really, really prem babies is not as good. And a lot of prem babies have conditions like just things that go wrong, like things like asthma and things like immune system deficiencies. Like, and his theory is supported by like a medical journal and a couple of investigative studies, is that because I was so prem in a time where prem babies, the technology to look after prem babies wasn't as good, that is why I've been such a sickly being like for freaking ever. Yeah, so that's what. And your 8 weeks prem still that's about the same. That's a long time prem. Jeez. I can't imagine it. I've seen pictures of me as a baby. Like, I look like a rat. I look like a rat fetus. Like, I was tiny. I was like not even 30 centimeters big. Yeah, and I was in hospital for like 2 months before they released me. I've got like, I can give you my medical history list, actually. I'll do it. This is what I have to do every time that they ask me, which is really bad because when I was admitted to hospital, I was like last time I was for my big admission, I was delirious, and they're asking me medical history, and they're looking at Devon. And Devon doesn't have, like, we've only been together, like, he doesn't know my medical history. Like, we haven't gone down that road. And they're like, what medications is he on? And she's like, he has no idea. And I'm just like, no. So basically, I was born, like, from birth, I've had a genetic condition called Mauer-Patella syndrome, which affects 50% of the birth when there's one of the parents affected. And it's, so if you look at my hands, like, see that finger? It's, like, bendy. And, like, my thumbnails. I don't have thumbnails, really. That's like skin in between there. So it's like a lot of musculoskeletal defects, problems with kidneys, glaucoma, joints. So I'm hypermobile on my hips, meaning my hips click out a lot. I don't have any kneecaps, so me kneeling right now on the computer, I'm going to pay for this really badly. I'm kneeling directly on a knee joint. My arms are different lengths. You can see that. That's like literally, that's one arm longer than the other. I'm very flat-footed. I've been seeing podiatrists and physio since I was like about 10. I've got lordosis, so I correct it now when I stand up. But this naturally, I'm like that. My hips tilt too far forward, and it puts pressure, makes my spine sway out. So I have to like physically try and correct it. Yeah, so my puts pressure on my lower spine, but how it affects people varies from pregnancy to pregnancy, and the severity can never be judged with, like, my older sister has it less than me. My younger sister has it way less than me. My younger brother doesn't have it at all, and my youngest brother has it worse than all of us. So yeah, and it can affect some people really bad. I've got relatively mild. Like, I've had to see specialists for it and stuff, and none of my siblings have. But it's okay. Like I'm creaky and crackety and my knees hurt. I'm probably going to have some surgeries, recos done on knees and hips before I'm 50, but you know, you deal. I've got, what else have I got? Asthma, pretty bad asthma. I take Seretide and Ventolin for that. What else? I have PCOS. I had that since I was 18, like relatively bad. I have mental health things. I have BPD, borderline personality disorder, and related anxiety, and at times dysthymia and depression with it. But I'm very on top of that. Like I've been in therapy for 10 years, and you can barely tell I have it. So compared to when I was a shit show in my early 20s, but who wasn't? Let's face it. I had things like cholecystitis and fatty liver problems, and chronically inflamed gallbladder, problems with IBS and intestinal blockages. I have had, I'm trying to think of the last 2 years and why I've been off work. Prolactinoma and hyperprolactinemia and pituitary adenomas, and of course I was a big girl, and all the pressure that put on me, I used to get really sore knees. Imagine having no kneecaps and being like, 40, 50 kilos overweight. It's not fun. And then, infertility problems. I've been told from a very young age that the chances of me having kids are slim to none. And by this stage in my life, I'm pretty sure of that too. I don't think I can. I don't really want him at this point. It's weird. I don't feel that maternal clucky feeling, except when there's puppies in the room or kittens. Just a big list of just issues. Problems with like a lot of endocrine and like reproductive system problems. I used to get like uterine casts and just that's, if anyone knows what that is, I'm not going to go into it because it's really gory, but it's not fun. Lots of problems with ovarian cysts, and just on a lot of medication for all these things, and just like having to take so many hormones and stuff. And that's the reason why I had the surgery, because the fatty liver, the cholecystitis, like they're obesity related. The obesity is related to the drugs I was taking to control other things. It's all like this surgery was meant to be the key to me getting control back over my life and how much medication I was taking, and to just break this cycle of me being chronically ill. And what's it done? Made it better, made it worse. It's done both. It's like literally done both, so I can't be mad at it. So yeah. Does Dev have a job? Dev is a jack of all trades. He's like, he really doesn't, he really wants, he works from home, so he builds and sells computers and stuff, and he has a couple of properties, does the Airbnb. He's like jack of all trades. He buys and sells car bits online. Like he works from home. He earns his money working from home. As a 25-year-old, I can't believe it. Like, that's why I didn't believe he was 25 when I met him, because he's just got his shit together. And by that age, I definitely hadn't had my shit together. Like, he's like an old man stuck in a young man's body. He really is, and his slippers prove it. So, thank you for the information, Karen, in regards to Centrelink. I'm actually gonna. Oh, back pay. Yes, please. Yep. And Tony's got a long question. Let's have a look. Hey, Tony. All right, there's another thing. All right, so basically, I won't read out Tony's question. It's very loud and not very loud. It's very long and personal. But basically, the surgery, it could be a bit more complicated, but they don't. Like, what I'm going to do, Tony, I'm going to show you where my cuts are, and everyone's cuts are somewhere different. But I'm going to show you where mine are, so you can get a general idea. Okay? So, sorry for the tummy. All right. So, all right. I don't know if you can see that. There's one over there that's very tight. Hang on. One there. One there. That's the big one. That's where they cut my stomach out of. One there. And then there's one just up here, just where my bra sits. So that's the area they cut, and your kidneys are kind of here and here. So it's not, maybe they have to be a bit more aware of it. Maybe it's more like they have to be more aware, but it's not going to, I don't think it poses particularly a problem. Like it's a laparoscopic surgery, so I don't think it would factor into it. I think as long as they're aware of it, I think it's just something to be aware of rather than it's a complication and a hindrance for the surgery. It all depends on one, how big you are, one, if you followed the Optifast, if they have to F around and cut you open and then your liver's still too fatty for surgery and sew you back up again, like that could cause stress on your body. But if you follow the Optifast, like if it's just a straightforward surgery, I think it's just something they have to be aware of. I don't think, like, it all depends. Like, it's not going to be an open surgery, so I think the fact your doctor's aware of it is good, and he's probably warning you of worst case scenarios and what ifs, because they have to. Like, legally, it's better to be over prepared than under prepared when it comes to medical stuff, even though it scares the bejesus out of us a lot of the time. This is nothing to do with the cuts. Is why the cutting as such is why I'm like this. It's to do with I'm going to go with nerve damage because it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because there's no physical blockages with me. I think it's damaged, my opinion, and the only thing that any medical professional has brought up in passing that makes any sense to me is the vagus nerve has been damaged. So the nerve running from your brain right down to your nether regions, that runs all your organs and makes you feel everything, and the part where it's attached to my stomach has been damaged, and that's either been done surgery, so not by the cutting, probably by the surgery itself, by instrument, by something moving, just, like, it's so intricate in there, like who freaking knows. Or it could have been done by stress on my system while I was recovering when I was really sick in the hospital post surgery. So yeah, so it's nothing to do with the cuts itself. My cuts are fine, where they've cut, it's all fine. I healed up from that, all good. My stomach muscles are fine. I can, they're all healed up, all good. So yeah, so I'm glad your doctor is aware of it, and I'm glad he's let you know of what ifs. But I think it'll be fine. I think you'll be great. What's the other bit? How are they finding a cure? At the moment, the cure is, there's not really a cure. It's more like damage control at the moment. That's where we're at. But they're not finding a cure at the moment. They're just doing damage control. We have to get me to there's a couple of ways we can go, but they're not even worth talking about until I stop losing weight and my blood count for vitamins and protein and everything either stabilizes and goes up or stops going down. So it's not about, and it's not going to be so much finding a cure. I've been told I have to have realistic expectations of this, that I'm going to be dealing with this for quite some time and the repercussions for quite some time, and that I'm going to be sick for a very long time. So I don't think it's more like I'm going to be cured and it's going to be like it as it was. I think it's more like finding something to make it manageable and feasible and sustainable. So yeah, thank you for your big comment. So do I regret surgery even with the problems? No, I don't regret the surgery. I regret my shitty luck. The surgery itself went all fine. Like I've been treated well. Like, I don't believe in hanging on to things like regrets. I've done some shitty things in my time. Everyone has acted in ways they have been unbecoming and done things that they aren't proud of, and had things happen to them that really are shit. But hanging on to those things isn't going to change the situation. I think hanging on to that kind of bitterness and anger is not going to be good for me at this point. I think I don't need anything to blame right now. I don't need to be angry at the universe. I don't need to be angry at someone. I don't need to blame anyone. I need to concentrate on what I can change and what I can do, rather than something I can't, like change the past. And I have that point of view with most things in my life. So I'm focusing, like, I think if I got angry and bitter right now, I think that anger and bitterness would eat at me and the people around me would suffer. And my health would suffer because I'll be so negative and down and angry. I've really fight really hard to keep being just okay. Not even just chipper and happy, just all right, just like balanced and calm and prepared for what the day is going to throw at me. That's all I can do. And being angry and bitter and having regrets is not the way to do that. So I don't regret the surgery. It happened, and I've lost a lot of weight, and a couple of my health problems have cleared up that I wanted to clear up. So yay for the surgery. So just other things have been thrown my way, and I've just got to roll with it. I'm going to roll with those punches the universe is throwing my way. So yeah, so I don't regret the surgery. I don't think anyone. I think everyone has those thoughts post-op because of all the crazy things your body does post-op, but the surgery, by and large, no. Jody wants to know how long I need the feeding tube. Oh God, foreseeable future, Jody. Until I can use my mouth to eat. Casey, you're adorable. Thank you. All right. Let's have a quick look. I've got let's have a look. Is there any more questions? I think there's one. Oh no, my friend sent me a photo. All right. I thought it was more questions. All right, guys. I've been ranting on for like an hour now. So I will save my vocal cords for another day and maybe try and do this once a week in case anyone has anything or if I have any updates. I've got a surgery appointment this week with my surgeon, so I can update you all on that once I've had that on Friday. Do a Friday night Tash special featuring Tash and her NG tube. They're going to do my bloods again this week, and they were going to change my NG tube, but they don't have to. And I'll have any more updates if they've brainstormed any other things that can be wrong with me, or if I'm improving or declining still. So I'll keep you all posted. And thank you again for being freaking amazing humans. I love each and every one of you, and every second of your time that you give to me is treasured and adored and makes my freaking day. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a good Sunday night. Bye.